Utilizing daylight and views in facade design. Welcome to Building Knowledge 101. In this bite-sized video, we explore how to utilize natural daylight and uninterrupted views in facade design.
When you look at this elevation, you can see sunlight coming through the shadows on the ground. So we're getting a lot of direct sunlight coming through this elevation, and it's a full height curtain wall. So this is facing south. The sun's coming directly in. But if you notice, they've got a nice, comfortable sitting area here right by the curtain wall, and there are people sitting there. They're not concerned about interior thermal comfort, and they're not concerned about glare. The finish on the floor is rather matted, so you don't have glare there. And this full glazed area is really taking advantage of bringing natural daylight to the interior. So this is an example of a project that started with a very good strategy on how to maximize the benefits of daylight and minimize the negatives. And all jobs really need to take that in consideration before they get started, because as in this picture, you certainly want sunlight and daylight to be your friend. You don't want it to be something you're constantly trying to deal with. A strategy that does not consider daylight from the beginning is going to be one you constantly struggle with. So daylight is constantly there. We deal with it on a daily basis. In the past, there have been some strategies that architects looked at to try to handle daylight. We all remember years ago when reflective glass was often used. It had its negatives. It reflected light back out, so other buildings had glare coming in them. Drivers often were impacted by light reflecting off buildings. And in some cases, the light reflecting off actually focused heat in other areas, making people very, very uncomfortable on the exterior of the building. So we don't see reflective coatings used these days. Dark tinted glass will absorb heat as light comes through the glass. A permanent dark tinted glass will absorb the heat. But also dark permanent tinted glass distorts the view to the exterior. You don't get that much natural light on the inside, and your view to the exterior is distorted. Electrochromatic glass is great in that it allows you to tint glass when you need it and then take the tinting out when it's not necessary. So you still maintain the ability to have a good view to the outside and daylight coming in, because you're only tinting it when you need it. Another strategy might be just to reduce the amount of glazed area. And in that case, you're really losing the benefits of daylight by reducing the amount of opportunity that daylight has to enter a building. So getting into a project and having a good, strong strategy for daylighting to take advantage of the benefits and minimize the negatives is critical for every job you start to enter. Here are two excellent photographs of projects that had very well planned out strategies for taking advantage of natural daylight.
That is all we have time for in this video. If you'd like to watch more of our 101 video series, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kawneer Company, Inc.